Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elliot Webber and once again we have another announcement video. NAPA Racing have officially revealed their livery and also a 4-car driver lineup. So let's get straight into this. Yes guys, that is right. It was announced yesterday morning that NAPA Racing have also revealed their brand new livery for the 2023 BTCC season, but also 2 more drivers joining the team. Of course, as we know, NAPA Racing is motor-based performance, but with, of course, NAPA as a sponsor, they have now officially taken over the entirety of the motor-based sponsorship. So it is officially just NAPA Racing for all 4 motor-based cars. And with that, they announced their 4 drivers for the 2023 BTCC season. Of course, Dan Cammish and Ash Sutton were announced as they were in December, I believe, and obviously they were confirmed to be on multi-year contracts, so we already knew Sutton and Cammish would be coming back. Sam Osborne also confirmed he would be joining the team, effectively remaining with the motor-based entity. Of course, his father Pete owns motor-based, and the biggest shock of them all, Dan Rowbottom has joined NAPA Racing for the 2023 British Touring Car season. First of all, let's start with the returning drivers, Ash and Dan. Of course, no reason to change them. Both Ash and Dan were phenomenal last year. Of course, Dan Cammish returning full-time in 2022 after a year in the Porsche Carrera Cup, winning a race at Thruxton and being primarily the number 2 driver to Ash Sutton, who had another outstanding year, as he always does, finishing P2 in the championship, just behind Tom Ingram in his first year back in front-wheel drive, the first time in over 6 years that Ash would be in a front-wheel drive touring car. And Ash performed really well. There were some comments by Sutton fans that apparently the Ford wasn't a good car. But yeah, again, no surprise to see those 2 come back. I'm sure both of them will improve, and I will not be surprised if Ash Sutton is once again in that championship fight. As for Dan, 100% I can see him winning more races this year. I think he will be a shout. He might be a dark horse for the championship this year. Whether I think he'll be able to outperform Ash again, I don't know. But I'm sure we will find out. As for Sam Osborne, once again a curious one. He hasn't really improved ever since his debut. Of course, he has had some top 10 finishes and he has had some point scoring finishes. I do think that now he's with that NAPA entity, maybe he might be a shout for the Jack Sears Trophy this year. But who knows? We'll have to see how the Fords get on this year. As for Dan Rowbottom, this is the biggest shock for me. I really was not expecting Rowbottom to be at NAPA. I was expecting him to not be at Team Dynamics. I don't think that last year's season was particularly good enough for Team Dynamics' level, especially when Rowbottom up against Gordon Shedden. Shedden had 2 wins and was P6 in the championship, whereas Rowbottom only had 1 podium last year, which, when you're Team Dynamics, you're a multi-championship winning team. You dominated the majority of the 2010 era. So yeah, as much as I love Dan Rowbottom, and obviously as a Team Dynamics fan, I just don't think he suited that car, and I don't think he fit into that team quite well. So yeah, I wish the best for Dan Rowbottom. I do think putting him in, I think him at NAPA is very exciting actually, because when Rowbottom won his first race at Alton Park in 2021, some people were saying that maybe, just maybe, Dan Rowbottom has a championship in him. Whilst I don't think so, I do think that now he's at NAPA, I actually do think Rowbottom can 100% win some races this year, and I will not be surprised if he does win a race, at least one. So 100% I can see Rowbottom winning some races. Dan Cammish, I can see winning some races. Ash Sutton, I'd be surprised if he didn't win a race, to be honest, because Ash Sutton, obviously we know why he's still on this grid. He wants to become the greatest touring car driver of all time. He probably is already in that conversation as one of the greatest BTCC drivers ever. Yeah, 100%. Ash, race wins, championship contender. Dan Cammish, race wins, outsider for the championship. Dan Rowbottom, some race wins, maybe as well, an outsider for the championship. And Sam Osborne, I don't know for Sam. Hopefully he can improve. I think now that he'll have he's now a third year with Motorbase and a third year in that Focus. I'm also hoping for big things for Sam, because he has got a lot to prove now that he's up against three of the best drivers in touring car racing at the minute. So I really hope Sam can improve as well, and I do see Sam becoming a contender for the JST. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What is your reaction to the livery? First of all, my opinion, it is much better than last year's. I know a lot of people said that it was livery of the year. I don't think so. I don't think last year's livery was as good as this year's one. Much better livery this year for 2023. Of course, Cataclean coming on, Valvoline staying as a sponsor as well. So some very loyal sponsors over at Motorbase, and I wish the Ford team all the very best. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What are your predictions for NAPA Racing UK this year, now a 4-car team? Is Ash Sutton going to get that 4th championship? Is Dan Cammish going to take his first title? Is Dan Rowbottom going to be a championship contender? And is Sam Osborne going to take his first podium or his first win in the BTCC? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, if you are new around here, be sure to like this video, share with your mates as well, because it, of course, does help my channel grow. And, of course, click that red subscribe button, because we are firmly on the road to 200 subscribers. I would very much like 150 subscribers by the start of the season, and I would very much like 200 by at least the end of the year. So yeah, also guys, if any of you are going to media day, then be sure to say hello, because I might be going. I don't know yet, nothing's official. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts for NAPA Racing. What are your predictions for the team? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.